Hi, besties. Welcome back to the channel. It's Natasha Joseph, and today we're diving deep into Kody Brown's explosive memoir. This book pulls back the curtain on years of neglect, favoritism, and emotional betrayal at the hands of Kody Brown. If you thought you knew the story from Sister Wives, wait until you hear what Kody reveals in her own words. From childhood trauma to the darkest secrets of the Brown family, this book is a page-turner. As a child, Kody witnessed the worst of Kody's behavior firsthand, including his physical abuse towards her mother and his manipulation tactics that left her questioning her own reality. But it gets worse. Kody's mistreatment of Kody was so egregious that even his other wives were shocked. Janelle and Mary were appalled by the way he treated Kody and felt that he had completely neglected her, both emotionally and physically. But Kody's story is one of resilience and self-discovery. Despite the horrific experiences she endured, she managed to find her voice and break free from the toxic relationship. In doing so, she not only healed herself but also helped others understand the true meaning of empowerment. Don't miss out on this powerful story. Grab your copy today and join the conversation. Let's talk about it. During the tell-all from the current season, which we watched live, Kody shared in heartbreaking detail how Kody, the father of her child, not just one of her children, but her actual daughter, Truly, how he completely and utterly abandoned her during one of the most vulnerable moments of her life, the birth of their daughter. Imagine this. You're in labor, scared, exhausted, and instead of your husband rushing to your side, he decides to take a hike. Well, that's exactly what happened. But it gets worse. We saw on camera him leaving the hospital to go spend time with Robyn. But she didn't know that at the time. Kody said she didn't even know that he'd gone to kiss Robyn. All she knew was that he'd left her alone in the hospital in labor. She didn't know until the episode aired. Can you imagine watching that back? Reliving your birth only to see your husband kissing his girlfriend in the middle of it. Kody said it gutted her. And honestly, who wouldn't feel devastated? But it didn't stop there. After Truly was born, Kody begged Kody to stay just one extra night. She was exhausted, recovering, and needed help. And Kody, the father of her newborn baby, said that he didn't have the time. Yet on the show, he bragged about always staying longer with the wife who had just had a baby. The reality behind the cameras was very different. Instead of being there for his wife and newborn, he was off planning a honeymoon with Robyn. Kody slipped into postpartum depression, left to handle everything alone while Kody built his dream life with Robyn. And you couldn't even see the birth of Truly on camera because TLC didn't want to pay Kody's medical bills, so she gave birth off camera. This man truly is the worst. And honestly, it just gets worse and worse. I'm curious, though. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts down below. In the tell-all from the current season, Happily Ever After, Kody explains how Robyn was able to demand Kody's time and attention. Like if Robyn wanted something, he was there immediately. But when Kody asked for the same thing, he was suddenly too busy. And it wasn't just Kody who felt this way. Her kids felt it too. By the time the family moved to Las Vegas, Kody's kids already felt like they didn't even have a father. And that is heartbreaking. Kids should not feel like they're competing with their mother for their father's attention. But in Kody's case, that's exactly what was happening. She would ask Kody for help with the kids or with her business, and he would always say, "I'm too busy." And then he would go and do whatever Robyn wanted him to do. It got so bad that Kody started recording him on her phone, calling him out, saying, "You're too busy for me, but you're not too busy for her." Then came the scariest chapter of all, Truly's health crisis. Kody was in Seattle filming when Aspen called in a panic. Truly was sick, really sick. So Kody called Kody. Begging him to come help, his response, "The girls can handle it. I have things to do at Robyn's house." When Kody finally got home, Truly was still ill. Her eyes were crossing. Kody rushed her to urgent care and unbelievably, the doctor said she just needed glasses. Kody knew better. She called her regular doctor, who immediately cleared his schedule. He told her, "Bring her in now." What he found was terrifying. Truly was swollen, struggling to breathe, barely conscious. He looked at Kody and said, "Take her to the ER immediately. She's in kidney failure." Now here's the part we didn't see on TV. The family had no health insurance at the time. While Kody was terrified for her daughter, hospital staff kept coming to her door asking for money. By the end, she owed more than $200,000. And Kody, he didn't contribute a single cent. Christine admits that if Truly had died, she would have left Kody on the spot. That's how abandoned she felt. And honestly, can you blame her? But there's more. As the family prepared to move to Utah, Christine found a lump in her breast. She was certain it was a sign of the cancer that had taken her mother 2 years prior. But when she told Kody, he didn't seem concerned at all. In fact, he told her he didn't want to hear about her health issues because it was too depressing. Once again, he suggested she go to the hospital and get checked out. But this time, instead of rushing her there, he just sat back and watched her drive off. And he wasn't just any ordinary person. He was the father of the year, a man who had put his own children in danger by refusing to get them vaccinated. As Christine drove, she couldn't help but think, I'm never going to let my kids go to an ER and not have insurance ever again. It's hard to imagine how someone could be so insensitive, selfish, and cruel. Tell us, what do you think? And don't stop now. While Christine was drowning in medical debt and paying for Isabelle's surgery, Kody and Robyn were living large. They bought a huge home filled with expensive artwork, drove luxury cars, and even wore Rolex watches. Meanwhile, Christine was hustling with LuLaRoe just to make ends meet. Here's the thing. She worked her tail off, selling clothes to pay off the debt that Kody left her with. Think about that. Over $250,000 in debt on Christina's shoulders while Kody and Robyn played king and queen in their castle. And let's not forget the irony. This is the same story that we've seen play out time and time again with these Mormon fundamentalists. They love to flaunt their wealth, but it's all built on a foundation of lies and deception. And then came Isabelle's surgery. Christine begged Kody to be there for their daughter, but he refused. He couldn't be bothered to show up for his own child in one of her most vulnerable moments. That was another knife to Christine's heart, another reminder of how little she and her kids really mattered to him. Speaking of knives, Christine also writes about the infamous knife in the kidneys outburst. On camera, Kody accused her of never trying with Robyn and shouted dramatically, "The sacrifices I made to love you wasted." Christine says she sat there thinking, sacrifice? Loving me was a sacrifice for you? How narcissistic can you be? That was the moment she realized just how warped his perspective was. But it gets worse. But maybe the most painful revelation in the book is how Kody punished the children. When Christine stopped complying with him, he took it out on her kids. After Christine left, he only saw Truly 5 times in over a year. When she visited, she was placed in unsafe or uncomfortable rooms. Truly eventually told Christine she didn't want to go anymore. When Christine asked why, she said, "Because he never talks to me. He only cares about Solomon and Ariella." And that right there shows the truth. Christine didn't poison her kids against Kody. His own neglect did that. His absence, his favoritism, his inability to show up for them. That's what broke their relationship. Christine says the greatest betrayal of all was realizing Kody was willing to hurt their children just to get back at her. That, more than anything, was why she left. When he refused to support Isabelle, it confirmed what she had already known since Truly's crisis years earlier. Kody was never going to be the husband or the father they needed. So what do you think, besties? Was Kody's downfall inevitable? Do you think Robyn played a role in fueling that favoritism, or was it all Kody's own doing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive. And thank you to all of our supporters who help us continue to bring these free videos to everyone. Until next time, remember, you can't pour from an empty cup.